Hello, and welcome to Virtual Investor Conferences. My name is Matt Lateplo, and on behalf of OTC Markets, we're very pleased you have joined us for our iGaming, Gaming, and Entertainment Virtual Investor Conference. We'll kick off today with a live presentation from Mobile Global Esports Inc., known as MOGO, a mobile gaming company that organizes and facilitates competitive events within the university system in India. Please note you can submit questions in the box to the left of the slides. You can also view a company's availability for one-on-one meetings through the Schedule Meetings tab found on the conference platform. At this point, I'm very pleased to welcome David Pross, CEO and one of the co-founders of Mobile Global Esports Inc., known as MOGO, which trades on NASDAQ under the symbol MGAM. Welcome, David.
And thank you for joining us this morning. We have a great story to tell. This is my third market entry into India. I was one of the first two people on the ground with Pepsi-Cola, and that was a very tough market entry. It became a Harvard Business School case study. And then I led the initiative for RGR Nabisco, and this is the third time. So I've lived and worked in India and Pakistan and Switzerland, and I've lived in Egypt and Lebanon as well. I've worked in Russia, Bulgaria, Romania, Brazil, South Africa, Morocco, Tunisia, the Persian Gulf. So there's really nothing about India that scares me. This cautionary note you're familiar with. The opportunity in India is extraordinary, both at the country level and at the esports level. India is going to have a 7% GDP growth this year, and they think it's going to be the third highest economic power in the world by 2030. And this also means that the consumer market is projected to be the third largest by 2027. And that also means for us, there are 142 million college-stage people in India. And this is our sweet spot, and I'll come to that in just a minute. EY reported that India is poised to capture a 10% of the global esports audience, and that will reach 725 million Indians in the next few years. So the growth possibilities are there. MOGO is a carve-out from Sports Industry of India. Sports Industry of India, or SII, is a 14-year-old company that was formed to commercialize various sports in India, sort of like the NCAA in the United States. 12 sports are covered with their agreements with the government sports agencies. They've actually introduced American tackle football to the college level. Esports was introduced in 2016 and became an official sport in 2017. And we were formed as a carve-out company in 2021. And then in July a year ago, our IPO raised $6.9 million. And then we added a subsequent PIPE deal that gave us another $5 million. So this market is absolutely incredible. Currently, there are 507 million mobile gamers in India. We have the partnership with 118 individual universities that are licensed to us from Sports Industry of India. We also have the agreement with the Association of Indian Universities, or AIU, and that AIU represents 854 of the 996 Indian universities. This university segment is really important because the universities have over 37 million students. They're aged between 18 and 24. They're technically savvy. They're fluent enough to own mobile phones, data plans, and game subscriptions, and they're active on social media. And this is exactly what their brands are looking for. And we're working to bridge the gap between this student population and the brands. And what's interesting about this, as the students graduate from the university, we think we'll be able to keep a good part of them because India has the highest retention rate of adult gamers of any country in the world. We have two events that are coming up. One is a festival in Mumbai that's going on right now for university students and we expect about 10,000 students for that. And then starting on Monday, we're hosting the national championship for esports. And this is part of a four-sport event with one of the sister companies. The other company is producing the basketball, volleyball, and kabaddi. We are producing the esports piece of it. We started off with over 111 teams that signed up for it. We verified there were 80 legitimate teams, and these final 16 teams are meeting starting on Monday for the single elimination playoff. Now, when we were going through the roadshow a little over a year ago, one of the investment bankers pointed out that we're probably going to become a data company more than an event company after the first few years. And we thought about that, and that there's probably a lot of truth to that, because prior to the IPO, when we were streaming our events through YouTube and Facebook captured all the data. Now we've invested $1.2 million in a platform that will allow us to capture the data. This platform is sort of unique because it allows the users to do a lot of different things, and I'll come to that in just a minute. And then we also have the data compression technology as part of this platform. It's currently in beta testing now with a company in Latin America that we've been talking with, and we're hoping to get some of the teams to test it this coming week during the national championship. Now, with this platform, and you can see two of the screenshots on this, we can do friendly and official tournaments. We can do a tournament between ourselves and stream it to our friends. And we can have real watch parties on video and not just text or chat. And we can do that without leaving the platform. Now, this compression technology is important. This is the EVE technology that reduces the file size by 65%, which reduces our streaming costs and our storage costs, but also makes our users who have older smartphones or in an area that has weaker Wi-Fi coverage, they're not as much at a disadvantage with somebody who has better equipment or in a better location. We have another platform that we've acquired. The YouBetMe.com was a very popular platform 7 or 8 years ago. It had over 1 million users, about 20,000 users every day, and this was a betting platform. But the company folded, and the platform sort of died. So we've engaged the developer who did the original platform. He's rebuilding it to our specifications and reskinning it for us. So this platform will enable our users to create and track challenges. It features AI prompts for added engagement. For example, we bet on a Thursday night football game, and it may say, the AI will say, well, why don't you do it on a quarter basis rather than the final score in the end? And so this is a learning process, and this is intellectual property that we own that's on top of the basic platform. And no other platform offers this unique combination. Now, we have to be careful with this because this is social wagering. This is not betting. We have to be careful because we're dealing with universities. We're dealing with university students, and some of these students are going to be underage. So, we are not the house. There's no money involved. Our priority is responsible social wagering. And so this is, this allows our users to trash talk and to, bring their friends in, and it does keep score. So if we bet on the Thursday night football game and I lose, I can't weasel out of it by saying I don't remember that we made that bet. So that will hold people accountable. And what's nice about this, it doesn't have to have anything to do with either esports or with India. So it could reach far wider. And what we like about this is that this will add some stickiness to our user base. and we'll keep the users engaged longer and bring in more users. And again, that leads to the data. Now, the second important thing after the unique access we have to the Indian market, actually this is the third thing, and the platforms are the strategic alliances. We worked with Infinity, which is the third largest esports company across 11 markets in Latin America. We co-produced their big event in Costa Rica in the end of July. And this is a company that is well up and running. They have 4 game centers. They host 12 pro teams. They have a gold list of sponsors. They have production facilities and a seasoned management team. They're interested in India. We're interested in what they can do with us. So we think there's some possibilities for further collaboration as we go on. The second strategic alliance is with Sky Esports. This is an Indian company that is producing our championship event next week. There's no relation to Sky Broadcasting, but they're quite good and they know what they're doing. And this helps us get to the next level all that much faster. The third alliance is with Seoul Esports. That's not a typo. That's how they spell their name. But this is a world-class company. They won the Content Group of the Year in 2022. They won the Impact on Mobile Gaming Award at the Mobies in Los Angeles a few months ago. And they're up for 2 more awards at the big November show in Las Vegas. They have gaming creators who work with the local trends and cultural twists to make sure that it's a uniquely Indian experience for the users. They have over 1 million subscribers, and they're working with us through social media and assisting with brand sponsorships as we go forward. So we're really happy to work with them, and that's basically, these are the alliances that can take us to the next level that much faster rather than trying to build it organically. Now, this is probably the most important thing going forward, and that is the data. We're capturing the registration information. We can add other data to that as we go forward. We are doing geo-tracking. We have 51 million devices that we've tracked with the private universities as part of those 118 universities. We're working with Koa AI that works with Trade Desk, where we have an account, and we're slicing and dicing that data. The algorithms have already come up with matches for us with about 30 some potential advertisers, including Amazon, Coca-Cola, and Unilever. So that's pretty exciting right now. So the things that are important to remember about MOGO is that we're ready to pop. We've got the unique access to the Indian university market, and that is exclusive. We have the platforms that will allow us to make our business unique in India with our gamers along the way. And with the challenge software, we think we can add to that. We've got the innovative brand partnerships, and we've got the data. So this is why we think we've got something special, and we're looking for a big growth coming forward. A little bit about our position. At the end of Q2, we have $6 million. We have 0 debt. Obviously, the share price is lower than we'd like it to be, but we think that we can enhance that as we go forward. And these are pictures from the championship event from a year ago. All right, that's what I have in the presentation. I'd be happy to take any questions. Here we have one. The question is, with the rapid growth in the Indian esports market, what % share of this market do you realistically forecast MOGO capturing in the next 2 or 3 years. Well, the point is that the market is huge, and if we capture just a sliver, we're likely to be successful. I mean, it's just that big and that dynamic and growing that quickly. The next question is, what distinguishes MOGO from the other players in the Indian esports market? Um, Probably those things that I mentioned. Let me just reiterate, our unique access to the universities, the platforms, both the challenge platform and the game platform, the strategic alliances. We have some interesting companies coming to us looking for some sort of collaboration, and then obviously the data. And this was what makes MOGO appealing to the gamers and the colleges and the sponsors. Our approach is gamers first. If we lose that trust with the gamers, we've lost our momentum. So we've got to make sure that we keep that, and this is why the data privacy for the individual gamers is so important. We need to make sure that we comply with the new Indian laws that were passed 2 weeks ago. They were probably similar to the EU data privacy laws, which are fairly strict, and we're happy to comply with that. That means that our servers have to be in India, which is not a problem, and we'll be fully compliant. There's a question as to what about MOGO's technology and approach makes it unique. Well, we're combining things that have never been combined before in the esports sector. That's the platform with the compression technology that creates a more equal playing field. The combination of the game platform with the challenge app makes it something that people can go beyond esports and go beyond India and still interact with MOGO. Here's a question. Do we foresee ourselves expanding outside of South Asia? Sure. What we found with Central and South America is that the markets are very similar. The students are playing the same games. The market development is very similar. They're both growing very quickly. And with Infinity, we have an experienced hand in that market that we look forward to working with. And we have these unique advantages in India, and some of these assets that we have, are very interesting to a company like Infinity. So yes, I think we'll stay away from North America and Europe for now, and probably the Far East, because those markets are very expensive. At some point, we'd like to go back and raise additional money to be able to do some of these things. So yes, I mean, obviously, our name, Mobile Global Esports, I mean, there is global there for a reason. I don't, think we'll capture the whole universe in a couple of years, but we can think big, to infinity and beyond. Here's a question. It says, we have some good partnerships already. Are you actively pursuing any others that can contribute to your growth? Yes. I can't say much about that now. Obviously, we're attracting attention with what we're doing. This event starting next week will be a statement event for us. It's taken us a little bit of time to get up and running, and we have people in place now that can really help us do this. And so yes, we are actively looking. Not everything is a good match, but I think we can be selective, and we've got some good advisors on the outside that can help us determine what might or might not work for us. And one other thing too about the people we have, our team is on the ground. We have people working virtually, covering 15 and a half time zones. all the way from Hawaii to India. And India is unique that it has that extra half-hour time zone, which allows the entire country to be under one time zone rather than split. But it makes it hard for everybody coming in from the outside because that extra half hour throws everybody off. But we obviously figure out how to work virtually. We have about 15 people on the ground in India already. We have our team, Rishi Jaitley is former Twitter and Google India and the Far East. Devin Murphy is formerly from Riot Games. He's won a couple awards, Emmy Awards, for producing these events, I think in Korea and the US. Kim Meltzer is the mother of esports. She's got 13 years of experience putting these things together. David Campos is our logistics guy. He actually ran the game center in Orange County, California. So we have people who know what they're doing, and we've got guys on the ground, who've been with the company from the very beginning. Going back to when Sports Industry of India was formed 14 years ago. Sunny Bandarkar is the CEO of our Indian company. Pranav Prabhu is the COO, and the team under them are supporting what we're doing there. So we've got a great team, and we're having some fun doing this. All right, unless there are any other questions, thank you very much for joining us. And I look forward to working with you as we go forward. Like I said, we have a great story to tell, and we're having some fun doing it. And we're looking for ways to make it even bigger and better. All right, thank you.